Joe, you look big, and then you stand next to him and you look
Yeah,
small.
no. Tell him what you just said. I
Que
can
él
do it
se
in my
mira
broken
grande, pero
Spanish.
está junto a ti, se mira chico.
And then
Mira
it's
muy
over.
chiquito.
Yeah, se acabó.
Yeah.
It's over.
Joe, first camp with Frank. What do you see so far?
I see great things in his future. Yeah, no, listen, I see a tremendous athlete, number one. Number two, he is, look, heavyweights are notorious for being hot and cold when it comes to training. He's very, very hot when it comes to training. He's punctual, he works hard, there's nothing he won't try or nothing he won't do. Just the type of guy I like working with. On top of his already great credentials, his great amateur background, his undefeated pro career, he's sucking up new information like a sponge. I think this is the beginning of a beautiful relationship.
You called his last fight ringside?
Yes.
What did you see?
I saw a guy that has all the potential in the world, and a guy that obviously I would like to work with. That's what I'm working with. So when it was offered to me, I said yes, sir. Right away. I'm very, very happy to be working with Frank. Now, anything that I might have said in the fight itself, complimentary or critical, that comes from that territory. But I also take that knowledge with me that I saw in previous fights. And remember, sometimes performances look great, and sometimes they're not as great as you want them to be. So wherever it is that you fall short, you try to work on those things. It's just like in sparring. You may have a sparring session with a certain guy, and may not pull off all the moves you want to pull off, so you get on the floor and you work on it. And that's what we're doing right now. We're addressing any shortcomings that he might have had and things that he's going to want to add to his arsenal, which are going to play out when you meet the better guys in this game. So, but he's all for it. And like I said, he sucks it up like a sponge. And you know what it is great about Frank? I mean, take a look at this guy. Number one, he's a racehorse. Number two, you show him something once. This is not typical. It's not very typical. You usually have to you show him something once, he gets it, and he works on it until he perfects it. So that's a great quality to have in a fighter that's already talented, already proven himself, and he's, like I say, he's got a photographic memory. You show him something once, and that makes my job a lot easier because I don't have to keep, going over the same, lesson all the time. You show him something once, he gets it, he perfects it, you go on to the next thing. And we've been doing that now. So about 3 weeks now. And
this is the 4th week. This is week number 4.
And by the way, a great manager and lawyer, Lupe Valencia, he's a good man. He's been a good man to me, and I owe him a lot. And I'll give him a lot of IOUs.
Well, I'll ask the source himself.
Yeah.
What's been the biggest difference training with Joe over the last few weeks?
Bueno, con Joe me he sentido muy bien y he aprendido un poco más ahí en el gimnasio.
I feel really good, and I've been learning a lot in the gym.
Cuando en la media, corta distancia,
short distance work.
Estamos trabajando muy bien para mejorar esa distancia y nada.
We're working hard to work the short distance fighting.
Me siento bien feliz, bien contento con el trabajo que hemos estado haciendo.
I'm very happy with the work that we're doing together.
Y vamos a ser campeones mundiales.
And we're going to be world champions.
What were you looking most to improve when you first joined Joe?
Bueno, yo sé boxear, ya yo prácticamente yo sé boxear, pero siempre he tenido varias dificultades y aquí nos hemos estado compitiendo, pues yo me he enseñado con la media y corta distancia, que es lo que más me afecta.
I know how to box, I can box. But what I'm learning here is short distance fighting, and that's something that I know that I needed to work on.
Why did you ultimately move on from Eddie Reynoso?
¿Por qué te saliste de con él?
varios aspectos que me conllevó a salirme de ahí. Pero nada, ya me encuentro aquí en este campamento y aquí me siento feliz.
There's a couple things, but the important part is that I'm here now, and I'm happy, and I'm working hard.
And I want to add something to what Frank was saying just real quick about his workout. Frank is by nature a good arm's length distance fighter. He's really good at boxing. So I'm not trying to turn him into something he's not. But what I am going to do is give him the tools to fight. If that action takes you in close, there's three distances, big, close, medium, and an arm's length distance. And give him those tools so when the time comes, because certain guys are going to make you fight close whether you want to or not. But these methods that I'm also employing will help his outside game too. Because we're working. See, so he's working, what, 25, 40 days? Yeah, we're working 35, 40 rounds a day. So we're going to continue to do that. And by the way, Ryan's little brother Sean,
Of course.
Sean
is going to
Garcia.
come back, right? And but anyway, yeah, that's something that we're doing right now. Go ahead.
Now, obviously, when you move on from Canelo, that means you could fight Andy Ruiz. Are you looking forward to fighting Andy Ruiz now?
Ya que no estás allí, puedes pelear con Andy Ruiz. ¿Es algo que quieres hacer en un futuro?
Bueno, sí, si se da la oportunidad, pues obviamente yo siempre he dicho peleo con cualquiera.
If there's an opportunity, I'll fight anybody. That's what I've always said.
Did you spar with Andy? How did sparring go with him?
No, nunca llegamos a hacer el parre,
No,
no
we never did spar.
se dio la oportunidad.
We never had the opportunity to spar.
Gotcha. You're going to be fighting in August. What are you looking to show for the fans come for next fight?
Vas a pelear en agosto. ¿Qué es lo que quieres enseñarle a los fanáticos para tu próxima pelea?
Nada, pues, posible voy a pelear en agosto, pues los fanáticos van a ver un nuevo Cuban Flash, van a ver lo mismo de siempre, pero un Cuban Flash más agresivo.
They're going to see the Cuban Flash again. They're going to see a good Cuban Flash and a Cuban Flash that's a little bit more aggressive this time. But they're going to see me again, and I'm going to go for a knockout.
Is that the style you want to show more, a more aggressive side? Do you think Joe is going to help bring that side of you out?
¿Quieres enseñar ese estilo de agresividad?
Sí, voy a mostrar la agresividad, voy a mostrar mi talento como siempre he mostrado.
I'm going to show my talent that I've always showed, and I'm going to show an aggressive style also.
Y más lo que he aprendido aquí en este campamento.
Plus, whatever I've learned from now to the time we go fight.
And of course, you're tied with PBC, so most likely you'll be fighting a PBC heavyweight. Who do you want to be fighting in the immediate future? Who are the top contenders you want to face?
Los peleadores que más con quien quieres pelear. Tú estás con PBC, ellos tienen varios con quien quieres pelear.
Bueno, ahora por el momento estamos bien cerca de los rankings, estamos bien rankeados. Pienso que en la WBC pues tengo una mira a Deontay Wilder, lo tengo adelante.
I'm ranked high in the WBC, and so obviously I got my eye on Deontay Wilder, who's the number one ranked guy.
Sé que le voy a ganar.
That's the guy that I know I can beat.
Bien fácil, sin duda.
Easily, without a doubt.
How do you see that fight going with Deontay? Easy, huh?
Esa es la pelea contra Deontay Wilder.
No le voy a noquear, le voy a ganar bien
I'll
fácil.
knock him out. That's an easy fight.
Do you think?
Yo no soy Ortiz, soy Fran Sanchez.
He says, I'm not Ortiz, I'm Frank Sanchez.
Do you think Deontay has the boxing skills to beat you, or you just have to withstand his power?
¿Tú piensas que Deontay Wilder tiene la capacidad boxística para pelear contigo o él nomás tiene poder?
Lo único que tiene poder, pues no sabe boxear.
Deontay Wilder, the only thing that he has is power. He doesn't know how to box.
Do you see comparisons between Efe Ajagba perhaps and Deontay Wilder, same style?
¿Ves comparaciones con Efe Ajagba y Deontay Wilder?
Prácticamente casi es lo mismo.
Basically, they're the same fighter.
Cuando iba a pelear con Ajagba, también lo dije, que lo único que tiene la pegada, porque la pegada me gustó.
And that's the same thing I said when I fought Ajagba. I said the only has a power punch, and that's all he has.
Pues demostré mi talento y yo sé que la técnica vale más que todo.
And I know the talent that I have, and I know that the technique is what's going to take you to victory.
And obviously, Wilder is a former champion coming off 3 fights with Tyson Fury. He could pretty much pick anyone he wants. Why should Deontay fight with you?
Deontay Wilder peleó 3 veces con Tyson Fury, es un ex campeón. Él puede pelear con cualquier persona. ¿Por qué piensas que él debería pelear contigo?
Bueno, yo pues, estoy ahí en los rankings adelante con él y pues si me da la oportunidad de pelear con él y ganarle va a ser mucho mejor para mí.
He says, I'm high up in the rankings, and so eventually there's going to be that opportunity. And I hope that I have that opportunity to fight.